Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. Welcome back to another live session. Here successfully closed one trade in our previous session. Here looking at another trading session. The market is significantly volatile, that you guys can see here. Here's the recent level that you can see, and we will be looking at the multiple time frame analysis, and then we will be looking at fundamental, also the technical analysis to trade the market. And beginning another trading session on Thursday. After yesterday's FOMC, we saw there was a significant drop on gold, followed by today we can see the market is, if you look at the daily, has just been testing the lower part of this daily price action. We see that there is a stronger rejection on the daily time frame and showing up that gold may here potentially break further lower side. And are you going to see a bounce of this, or you could see the rejection back below? This is our first looking at from the technical, and we will be doing full analysis before we look for the trade setup. Good day, welcome. God bless. Thank you. Absolutely. What are you looking at? So if you look at from this level, this is the daily and also the 1 hour price action. We are looking at the multiple time frame analysis to see overall trend direction here in this market. Now, going in that area for an overall market structure that you can see of this level. This is the technical analysis, and I'm going to do it in depth, but I would like to see that all the members are here, back on trading, and let me know if you are ready. So we can begin our first trade setup. Second trade, first one was done during our London live, and I believe you guys have got profit there. Yesterday we didn't, during the Noah session we didn't. We haven't had few trades opened in the right way, but we have covered that today. And if you look at that, even more than this, now we are looking for again potential trade setup here, and I would like to look at the EMS setup here as well. So this is if you look at that significantly at the moment, if you look at the daily, you see the market just came back below the daily low. So this is the daily low, and I would like to also level up the daily open, where the market open, daily open and close of that. And if you look at from here, that you can see the market has reacted back below, and followed by the market has entirely broken back below to that level, showing that XAUUSD potentially to remain here, potentially in this direction. Okay, so far we have seen significant break below. It form a form of head and shoulder. So therefore today's bias is downtrend. However, you want to look at the levels for an entry, and also we would like to see fundamental and geopolitical. That means that war, other factors that directly influencing the market, which is integral part of trading. Integral, not only in trading, everywhere, right? Everywhere, from tea shop, coffee shop to everywhere. Okay, and thank you. Hey, I'll try to open with 0.1, but I have only $500. I would say that probably better to use the lot size calculator for each of this entry. Okay, so here if you look at that from this head and shoulder, the market technically, if you look at the 4 hour, shows a strong bearish price action here that you can see in that market. And from the 1 hour, we are seeing the market slowly breaking that back towards the upside here. And so it is going in a very important key zone here that you can see where the market is approaching. And what I think that we might be able to find possible entry, and it's breaking back to the upside to another area of value, which is a straight break to the upside here with candle open, and the market just been testing the daily resistance line here. So are you going to see a reversal here? Because the market has today reached that high and dropped to that level. I'll not be surprised to see the market again going for another retest, because there has been, if you look at that today, the market has reached so far at that level. From here, this could be a break of structure or continuation of this move back again. This is the daily high. The price has reached that level here. There is an order block. So we'll see that here where the market is heading. There is a very sharp, strong breakout that you can see in this area. There's a very strong breakout. And with this breakout, and because the market had this breakout, if you closely look at, it has a strong breakout here. And that breakout might be taking that market here back towards the upside. And or we could see another retest of this support area. Pretty long week candlestick pattern that you can see of that. Okay, so at this level, you can see the market has created this level. And in the meantime, we'll see that where the market potentially be heading back towards the upside. So in the meantime, guys, let us know what's your bias on gold. From the technical aspect that you can see, the market has created this momentum that you can see of that level. And of this, the market might be here breaking that low, or we could see another wave of bounce. Going to see that what is current sentiment in the market. Where you can see here, deadline for Iran. So we will be looking at to see that overall sentiment, and it really influences the market. You guys probably have seen that. So let's see that what is here. Deadline for Iran-US final deal can be extended by mutual agreement according to MOU. So this is a red folder news, which is a high impact. If you are completely new on Forex Factory, you can look at this folder, which is, if it is a red folder, then that's a high impact. If you are in a yellow folder or a orange folder, that's a low impact. So if you look at that here, red folder, deadline for US-Iran final deal can be extended by. So that means there are some of the, I think, matters has not been yet probably finalized that we have seen. So this is what we can see in that area. There is a signed agreement. I'm really not sure what that means. Do you have an idea? I think there is a signed deal, right? So how does that implies? Okay, we'll keep that indeterministic. Now looking at the next point, this is also a red folder. BOE bank rate maintenance maintained at 3.75%. So Bank of England, which is bank rate maintained at 3.75 June 2026. Monetary policy summary and minutes. So if you look at that, Bank of England bank rate maintained at 3.75. If we look at the Swiss National Bank leaves SNB policy rate unchanged to 0%. NATO chief, US will defend Europe if war breaks out. FOMC recap. So we looked at Israeli holding stubborn negotiation with US over its presence in southern Lebanon. So what we can see forward guidance is going FOMC. Okay, labor market overview. Half of Japan firms see post Iran war recovery taking over 6 months. Reuters poll. All right, so now the sentiment in terms of XAUUSD with the FOMC release, what we can see, this is what I was really today paying attention mostly. You look at the DXY. Okay, so here is what you can see based on DXY. Now DXY, the daily chart on DXY really catches my eye. Now this is very important, guys. If you're trading or not trading, in both situations it's important, because if you're not trading, then you're doing something else, where also important to look at the DXY. Might be say, what's the point that, you know, I just do something that is not trading, but still you need this information, right? Because when dollar is going up or down, it will influence everything, so including your energy bill. So that's why it is so important. Now if you look at that, this is the daily bullish engulfer has formed on DXY dollar index, followed by this is the daily move that you can see of that. So with this daily bullish engulfer here, followed by we can see that there is another daily bullish engulfer has formed here in that area on the XY. Shows that this market trend is absolutely in an upside bias, right? You can see that from here to this level, which is showing up that the market trend is extremely bullish here, right? So you can see that with FOMC. Now, how do we look at from the fundamental perspective, lens of the fundamental analysis? If you look at that from the fundamental analysis, if we look at on dollar index, which is shows that there is rate hold for 3.75%, but there is a potential for, I think, 25 bias point to be. Agreement is for 60 days, 60 days extended negotiations. Okay, so that means it's for ceasefire agreement as well, truce, or it's end war. What was that? I haven't looked at it yet properly. Need to look at it. So there are some okay, so let's look at now with this one here, because we will be looking at entry based on that. So this is the, if you look at the daily trend that shows that DXY is bullish, and we saw that there was a significant pullback as well. This pullback on daily on DXY shows it's a sign of bigger move back to the upside. You know, you don't have to look at all, you need to look at the few things, right? If you are rising the if you're saying the other way, if you're cooking the rice, then you need to look at one or two to see the all. So if you look at this here, it's where I'm paying full attention here. You can see that this is where the support, and here is the long wick rejection that you can see. Okay, from here a drop, break of support, bounce back up. Firstly, this daily candle is a bigger ATR candle, directly hit to that previous resistance and support, followed by that you can see here in that area, extended below. And that has given significant momentum in this market, which is giving that a possibility for the market to break back to the upside, and you can see that more. Now the fundamental confluence that you can see with the FOMC meetings, which is for dollar index to rise up. Okay, now if the dollar index is going back towards the upside here, what kind of market structure we can see in this area? So let's look at the XAUUSD. Now looking at gold, which is showing that gold to be potentially in a downward trend. Okay, so you can see that there is a significant break back to the upside. The market is now having that reaction back of this. The price just crossed this daily high. Therefore, this is the current level that you can look for possible entry if the market managed to break below. Basic ceasefire framework has been signed, but they can negotiate details in 60 days. Okay. So that being said, from here, that this is the starting of this initial move to this support that you can see. It's a one single move, and with this movement from this level here, that's one single move back below to this support, and off that support the market has now you can see it has broken back below here. So, and because it has broken back below, the chances for this market to revert back below is higher. Now it's almost at, this is the daily. If you look at that, this is the daily open, right? Now from here, is the market straight coming below or it's going back to the upside? This is what we are looking at in this market. And large doji on the 50 minutes. It's interesting move. I think the market might remain still biased to the downside, so going up can create a selling pressure, and I'm looking at for a possible sell entry. But do you want to see the market retesting this high again? There is a fair value gap that you can see here, and that can be an important zone that you can look at. Thank you. So there is 30 minutes candle closed, and what does the 1 hour tell to you, sir? You look at the 1 hour price section. This is 1 hour market structure that you can see of this level, right? So that's a 1 hour price section from here that you can see, and could be that the market to retain back below in that area. And the overall, if you look at that overall, this is 20 EMA, 10 EMA, the market might be going here, retest, and can return back in the direction of the trend. So going up here can be a potential for selling in this market. Thank you. So this is a head and shoulder that it is forming of this, and with this head and shoulder the market might be here, potentially be breaking the low here. That could be in that area. It's trying to break that low here, and you can see the price action slowly showing that pattern back down below. Thank you. We are looking at this entry, the head and shoulder, and also there's a fair value gap. The price is on just below the daily support area, and it's in a very critical level, so the market might be breaking below, or you could say crossing that high and then coming down. So the bias is still bearish to me with this pin bar that you can see. Be back in just a matter of a minute. So with the long wick, if you look at that here, both 10 and 20 MA form here, and could be the market to show a downward pressure in that area. So therefore the bias here shows a downtrend. You can see that this is the 1 hour price action. The market has reached that, created this pressure. And with multiple rejection of this high, so with a breakout here, the price action shows that this is a very high possibility trend continuation in this market. Has entirely broken back below. Now we had our previous entry that, if you look at during the London session, was one single move from here that has happened, entirely broken back below. So because the market, if you look at that overall, after breaking this high, market has entirely broken back below here. So that means here, if we see the price again gone for another pullback, it might range here. What I think that if you look at the daily, the price might range in this area. So therefore, with this range, that looking for the market structure to go ahead, retest, and then return. Thank you. Basic ceasefire framework has been examined, but they can negotiate details in 60 days. Okay. What does the 1 hour tell to you, sir? 1 hour is basically, if you look at that, this candle shows that it's still selling pressure. Let's delete that and see that what 1 hour is telling. It's very simple, right? You can see that from the top. Okay. What do you see from here? A single move followed by this pullback, another move followed by deeper pullback. Now the price showing that there is a bearish bias. Okay. And now we have 17 minutes for this candle to close. Before the candle close, once the market going up for another retest, is an opportunity for us to sell. Now going back to the lower time frame again for that potential entry. Look at the 5 minutes there, you can see. Now this may started to drop off this, or we could see another bounce. And once it goes for another bounce is where you want to look for an entry, right? Very simple way we are looking at. And this breakout that you can see here, a potential liquidity sweep that can bring that market back here below to this support area, right? So hello traders, please translate YouTube. Thank you. You can see from here sharing that downside movement, and could be that the price action to here break the low, and we could see the market to return here back in that direction. So going here back in that area can create that potential selling pressure. And I guess there is no instant breaking news at the moment. So we see that BOE bank rate, the first one is deadline for Iran US final deal can be extended by mutual agreement, according to sources. So that's a market moving news, of course. So here it's trying to move up back to the upside, and could be going back in the resistance line that you can see of this. Hello teacher, please translate YouTube. Thank you. Translate YouTube. Okay, translate, right? They're saying that it's not the eye that can see, but I that can see, right? There are two things. One is I can see, but I can see, right? doesn't have a translation. That's where you begin to understand. When you're confused, you begin to understand. Okay, so here the market is on a, you see the narrow zone that the market might be breaking below of that. It's very important to be confused. If you look at our mind thinking, how it works, like this hopping. Okay, it's called a pattern, because the brain and thinking, they are fully automatic. So we actually think in terms of mostly on pattern. We don't pay attention mostly on pattern. So patterns means that almost everything. And that's why you see that when you are potentially driving or biking, and at the same time you're speaking, right, on the phone sometime, but both works at the same time, almost without any mistakes most of the time. You're not gonna give wrong information, which can happen, but not because of that. At the same time, when you need to brake the car, you will brake the car. So two things happening at the same time, right? Almost very high with high accuracy. Is because of the pattern that you follow. Okay, so but let's say you got confused, then you need to pay attention. Have you ever heard that? I did that. For example, you missed a road, let's say a very narrow road like that, junction, and you're on the phone and suddenly you took a wrong turn. Now you might say, okay, hey, look, I need to hang on because I missed the road. I need to find the road. So then you forget everything and you pay attention which direction I should be going, because you're confused. So when you confuse, actually you pay attention. Otherwise, more often goes on, it's called the autopilot or the automatic mode, because it requires less effort to do that. Okay, now here we are looking at this support. The smaller candles means that less volume here at the moment. Let's have some loud music. Let the market to pull back, and then we will be looking at entry. Slowly breaking that low and breaking the daily low as well, and just this is the current level that you can look for the entry. I will sell if breaks 4240. That could be. The market is almost there. I wouldn't sell on a break. I would be more happy to see the market has gone again back, because the market can go down and then it still can go up again, because we are selling from the lower low. That is only the thing. Now 1 hour close coming, that you can see this is a pretty large doji, and selling from here will not be a good idea. We want to see some pullback here. That will be a good area that we can look for some. So after the pullback is where the best area to look for entry. So you can see this is a long wick doji also. That's another rejection that you can see of this level. Candle close coming on the 1 hour. I'm planning for a potential entry of this. So if you look at the daily, here is the daily resistance. It's creating a downward pressure. With the 1 hour kind of close, there is a possibility for a retest of this support, which is around 116 pip. Okay, we might be going for an entry. I'm looking at here at the moment at this level, the entry, but we can adjust later if needed. So the stop loss here that I put a little larger, so that we have some room for the movement, and it's 1 hour candle closed, and we could see initial bounce here. So I'm looking for a sell entry of this level. And keeping stop loss with, of course, using the risk manager tool. Stop loss 4274.82. And profit target setting here at 4203.23. So I'm short on gold here from this level, as the market has created initial break in that area, looking for the market to give me a potential sell entry of this level. From the 1 hour, if you look at that, the price is closed with a pretty long wick candle, and the market is in that if you look at that, in the doji formation here, and that could be the price action to return to the downward pressure here that you can see in that area if you see successful drop in this market. In which platform your trades are? I trade on MT4 and MT5. You mean that broker? You guys, if I'm using currently Vantage, you guys can see the link below this video for if you want to register with the same broker that I'm trading. You can find link below this video. And okay, so the price action pattern formation looks that if you look at the daily, yeah, so the market is on the daily level, and I think it's gonna try to break out. Overall trend is bearish. We traded the trend. Let's see that how the market is doing here. So it's trying to build up on upside pressure here. few narrow long wick candle. Now the market has moved with this pullback, and that is important to look at to see where it is heading. Is there any updated breaking news here? Now if we see that this move has failed, that can bring that market well below. Okay, are you in a trade now then? Yes, I'm on a trade. I think post FOMC flash spike is potential target filling the candle wick. There was a significant move during the FOMC. The market has entirely broken back below, that you can see, and then the market has reacted to that level, that you can see of that. So here the daily level, the market is almost at the daily resistance level. Might be a little surprising move here. Can revert off this. We are going towards the 15 minutes candle close at this level. Now So with 15 minutes closed, from the daily perspective, the market just crossed the daily high, and a large pin bar at the top. We're seeing some, with this support the market has reached. If you look at the Fibonacci from this move to this level, just crossed the 61.8%. So here are some bullish bias of this. Let's just cross the daily high. And I think the market at any point we could see that rejection can see, and because this is strongly falling market, there's a bounce here. Yeah, I think we could see the rejection. Okay, so there is back to rejection of this resistance line. And from that level that you could see the market to continue to the flow, continue to the major direction. And here is what we are seeing, that in this area for the market to return that back down. How much lot size you take in one trade? Good point. It varies depending on how many pip stop loss I'm placing. Each trade is different. This is what I was always talking about. The lot size will vary based on your pip as well as the risk percentage. So if your pip is more, then lot size might drop. If your pip is less, lot size might increase. Okay, depending on also your risk per trade. So if you keep the fixed risk, then for each time lot size changes, you're gonna see a different price action. All right, so here is the market is, if you look at that of this level, breaking below, and we are almost nearing to the entry level, and I want to see that break below, and that can create significant move. If we see successful move back below of this, look at the 30 minutes here. All right, and this is look at that overall in a downtrend. So if we see the successful move in the direction of the trend, why not seeing the market is coming here to this support area? All right, so that might be here, 200 pip we can expect on today's move in this market. But we want to see that successful rejection of this. If you look at the 15 minutes, the market is breaking out of this 10 and 20 EMA back in the direction. Trades sometimes become so okay. So off this level, the market slowly showing that market structure. Now we see the successful break below. That's what first we need to see that the market is actually rejecting off that level. What is the TP, sir? TP will set it at this level at 4203. Let's wait to see how the market reacts. It's on a slow movement that you can see. Morning, energy broker can connect with the trading view. You can check, I think so. No, but you can double check because I trade directly, so I don't connect. Now I do my analysis on trading view and I open with other platform. We are progressing towards the session here, and with a long wick, pretty long wick candle, and from the 5 minutes, go back to back 2 candlestick patterns trying to push back. So the overall movement that you can see in this market is 30 minutes 10 EMA has been retested. So the market has reached another level of resistance here. We have a little wider stop loss, and I think the market may have some breathing in this area. 30 minutes look at the candle closing with a green candle, and if you look at the daily here, the price has just moved up this daily level, and reached the market is potentially going back to test this 1 hour resistance. So we had little extended we are out. We will be looking for further entry. This is, look at the 4 hour, just crossed the intraday resistance line, and the daily move that you can see, the price has bounced off that daily level. From there's a 4 hour candle close coming, and we'll be looking for re-entry of this as the sessions close coming. And I think it's still, we would see that rejection again back from the major direction of the trend. So we'll be looking for a recovery trade of this support. It reached that area, and I will be looking for a recovery trade with a smaller risk again. This is a stop loss hunt. Now we need to look for the move back, and once it reverses, we could see the daily low again to test. So I don't think it's gonna go a lot. So you can see the market has reached that same level of resistance line here, and guys, be patient when you're trading. This is very important to look at. Now the market has reached the same level of resistance that I will be looking at again. For it, once the market reject, it might straight come back here, and I'm looking at sell entry, stop loss 4289.81, and we'll be setting the profit target below here at 4240.42. So I'm setting my TP at this level, as this is now overextended, and this is my second trade of this, a potential recovery trade, and the market has reached that high liquidity zone, and I'm again open this trade for a potential drop down. If it successfully break below here, we'll be able to take that whole move again with a smaller risk, which is very important to look at. Yeah, I'm short and I'm always remaining short here. So I sold again of this. So I open another short trade at this level. The market is overextended in that area, and if the price breaks below, which is highly likely because the market, this is just an overextension above. You can see from here it was a pure liquidity grab, and the market highly likely could react to that level. You can see there is a sideways movement at this level, and we just extended above. I'm on sell again of this. Okay. Likely market is back in range to retest 4287 before it next move. It looks to me this is a false breakout. Now you can see that here this kind of move is more often false breakout and could return again down back. Please tell us when sell is active and price. The sell is active, the sell trade is active. So the sell trade is active here for potential move down of this level. It has broken that resistance line if you look at that 4 hour, and the candle close coming as well. start to break below here, and the market is showing a pattern here that possibly we could see, because there is a false breakout at that level, and chances for the market to entirely drop down is higher. If it successfully dropped to the daily support, it's gonna be nearly to 300 pip. So and now after this break below, it's now going in both direction that you can see here. Okay, getting reaction back below here. The second one that you can see the market at work with the second trade here. Okay, getting some reaction back below. of this that you can see from here, and that might be creating this selling pressure of this that looking to see. And if this is a fail move, we could see that continuation straight back below, and that might bring that market back in the support area. Pretty long week, and I would say that the market might be here falling down back below. I'm on the trade, the second one, and we want to take this one successfully. That can give leveling move. And it's moving in that direction that we are seeing. All right, so going to the downward direction that you can see of this level. Okay, here showing that the market is possibly to break lower, that you can see, and can continue to drop, and we are on the trade, and we are looking forward to see this move back down, and we might see that the market structure to remain for the longer term picture bearish. And okay, so you see that this was a false breakout, and this is what you can say that, guys, false breakout is happens. The previous one was entirely a false breakout, but we can see the direction. Okay, now we can see the market started to move. Now with that movement, if you look at that, the price might return back to the original support area, and that's what we are taking this move now. Interesting, gold is still on a downtrend. Yes, gold is still on a downtrend, and that's why I tell you that always, every time, guys, when I'm calling for a trade, if you're opening either live or demo, make sure you take a smaller risk and then repeat the same system. Okay, that's what it is. Trading is, so the market will create the false break. That's how the market moves. Now if you look at the 1 hour, that you can see the market has reached that high, and that's back to back to 1 hour candlestick pattern, entirely broke back below, and coming back to this support that will complete nearly to here, that 300 pip 320 pip move back below. All right, so here is looking to see that entire move of this 300 pip. Cool, here we are looking at, and okay, now it's trying to pull back. All right, drop to that support, potentially pull back. I'm not closing it. Can you buy now? I'm not buying it. This is overall downtrend, so if we see successful break below again, that can create significant drop back down here. might try to push back, but we can only take one directional trade. Interesting how the DXY have given strength. Now DXY has gone out, so you can see that there is a bullish on DXY, and because there was a bullish on DXY, gold is most likely to remain in a downtrend. That's what we are looking at for potential sell on gold, is because overall DXY trend is, if you look at that, is DXY overall bullish, and that potentially to create bearish pressure on gold. So I'm running in profit here. Look at here. So what I say that the market is creating quite a few narrow, smaller candlestick pattern. Look at the 5 minutes, also creating smaller dojis, and Okay, continuing the move. Okay, guys, running this trade, and here I'm looking at all right, so looking to see one more rejection back below that can create significant move. If we see successful drop down here, okay, getting that reaction, and we want to see that entire drop can create the overall move back down. All right, so I'm way more than my previous trade. Okay, so trading, guys. Okay, one more rejection back below can create entire drop to the daily support. I'm not closing it, I'm still running it. So yes, if you are holding this trade with me, the big one, and also don't miss out to like and also subscribe, stay connected. And premium group is open currently for the limited number. You can see that it might get closed very soon. We are updating everything that can change how you look at the market. This is a massive one, and I'm still holding nearly there and few pip away, so I'm closing it entirely now with the running profit. I'm out. It's a big one, right? So I'm taking that. I'm out. So this is nearly to 300 pip. I want to keep it open. But I would like to keep it 290 pip, so that, you know, not sure less than what actually. But it's more than the one that we have opened, the previous one, because the risk is same. This one has a smaller stop loss. Okay, so today three trades total. One sell, but 2 big win has given significant today for today. And the premium group is open for you currently, and I'm sharing the link in the chat. Thank you very much. Premium link I'm sharing here. Nice trade, and I'm still in it. Thank you. I wouldn't keep it. It moved a lot, so I'm just going out with this one. The key here is to keep the risk managed. Wow, that's a massive one. And by the way, for those who ask for the broker that I'm trading, you guys can find link below this video. For the broker that I'm trading, you can use that link to sign up. It's up to you which broker you will be using, but what I'm using that I'm shared. And you guys can find link below this video for if you want to use the same link to join. I'm sharing here as well in the live chat. So I've shared the link as well in the live chat, so that you guys can easily access it, or you can just head down to below this video, get the link, get it. Thank you. No problem. You just we still have some time to trade as the full NY session is still remaining, and we want to trade quite a few of this session. Now the overall move here is what you can see, that shorting WTI2. WTI has, so with the agreement between the Iran and the US, we saw that WTI has shown bearish move, and you could see that oil might be slipping down further below. If you look at that from the weekly, from the monthly, we can see the market is showing that downside move on WTI that you can see here. Comes on, let's make another trade, boss. Okay, we will be, as a trader, this our goal is to trade. That's all we need to do, right? Just keep trading. Just need to find the right setup. That's all, isn't it? We just need to find the right setup. Can I explain doji candle detail? Of course. Why not? There is no candle that I couldn't explain. Even the birthday candle as well I can explain. Quite a few can. When I begin my trading, I have looked at all kind of price action. If you look at that, so can you explain doji candle detail? Okay. So doji candle, that is doji. Some people say doji. There are all kinds of candlestick pattern. Doji candle is, okay, if you look at that, which usually when you see that smaller like this, okay, smaller body, comparatively very smaller body, almost nearly where the market opened. And I know it's the general definition, everyone know, but there's a reason for explaining that. So which is considered as doji, right? Now in the textbook we learn that doji means that indecision. Okay, doji could be indecision. Actually doji is something more than that. Okay, so let me tell you what doji is. More often, how you can look at trading the doji. Okay, the best setup for doji that I find is if you see a sharply falling market, let's say quite a few red candle in a row, okay, very strong downtrend, suddenly one doji form, that's a very good setup. That's a sell setup. So for me, doji is more of pullback from a weaker response. What do I mean by this? Let's say a market is in a very sharply in a downtrend. Now in the downtrend, the market is most likely to go up for a pullback, right? It's a healthy trend. But if you see that in that market a doji has formed, it's pullback. That means that profit taking. But the reason is doji is because the trend is so strong that the market couldn't make the full healthy pullback. So that signals that this is a continuation. Usually in those cases that I trade doji is selling off the doji, keep the stop loss comparatively at least 2 candles past the doji above with a full risk managed setup. So if I give you an example now practically, you see this, all those doji. See the market is falling, okay, strongly falling, and you can see one doji here, sell setup, right? So if you look at the same thing, strongly falling market, trading below 10 EMA, one narrow doji, 2 of them in fact, the market drops. So they usually respected those levels, and especially if this doji breaks a previous candle's high, that's a much more higher probability. So doji is actually not an indecision here. No one is indecision either to buy or sell. It's a falling market. It's basically a pullback, an attempt from the buyers to create a new higher high, but instead sell off happen. So it's more of profit taking rather than anything else. Because if you see large red candles and doji, means that the sellers couldn't make that much of effort than the previous one. So that means there has been some profit taking. It's not even a buy signal, because if it is a buy signal, you could see a complete reversal. So if seller take their profit, it usually turn to a bullish kind of pattern, which is a buy line. Trading VAC. Thank you, FOREX Wizard. We came back strongly and better. The beauty of trusting a great trader with an eye. Kind of. No, thank you for the feedback. Absolutely, guys. We have. That's why I created 2 distinct strategy, and I don't trade on one strategy. Someday one strategy doesn't work, and that's why I created 2 separate group. One is robot aided trading, okay, the other one is regular way we trade, and I want to keep myself updated, okay, flowing with the time, flowing with the current market sentiment, okay. And that's why I train my members to trade by themselves and also to trade using the robot aided trading, is because it's 2026. We are almost passing that, going to 2027, and there will be possibly a time will come that even this trading system no more available. You only can trade with robot. So that can happen because you can't use Windows 98 now on your PC. If you use Windows 98, your PC gonna hang and it's not gonna run anymore. So that's why I keep my members and for all of you guys updated, giving you the best trading system that I'm trading. We develop here in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. I am also trading for many years now. You guys see that every single day I'm trading live on this channel. So you can explore more. Currently group is open. It's gonna get closed soon after. You can find link below this video for more update, and it's completely at the moment available, but it's gonna get close for some time. So it's Thursday, right? We finished 2 sessions again, and coming up Friday, and now Friday is special, very special, as you know that. Coming to the Friday here, and in that Friday it means that when doji creates market continues, it's on the way, not reverse, depending on where the doji is being formed, okay. When the doji form at support, it can mean reverse. Here you can see that. Usually I pay attention to the doji that form in the middle of a very sharply rising or falling market. Okay, so if you see that a market is in a very strong trend and suddenly one doji in the middle, mean that it's a continuation. This is what I mostly trade doji. But when the doji form at the support or resistance, it can mean both direction. It is indeterministic. You even don't know that which way it can go. But the high probability doji trade that I use is strongly trend and then in the middle one doji, like that. You'll see that over and over again, and it's a very high probability move. You can find it everywhere. You see that this doji is strongly rising market, a doji move, and I had a strategy trading that. So you can see that strongly rising market, one doji, especially when the market trades above 10 exponential moving averages. Other than, you can see doji everywhere, okay, which might be coming to go, it can go any direction. I consider it as usual normal candlestick pattern. So that being said, here I am almost at the end of this live session. It's another great trading day and week, and I would like to see you guys again trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see you in few minutes on the premium group for any update. And also there will be a full analysis of a midweek analysis for the currency pairs. I do look at everything, but I trade more on gold. I also trade on USD, JPY, WTI, Euro dollar, whenever it shows better trading opportunity, and I post analysis for those who are trading with me also can look at that. That being said, we'll see you again very soon. Until that, stay